Welcome to Talent Pop Podcast, where we will provide tips and strategies for success in sales, networking, marketing, and business. We will be learning from real stories that will inspire you to unlock your potential, discover your talents, and develop the confidence to take action on your biggest dreams. We are focused on empowering women to connect their passions with their purpose to find true fulfillment. It's time to pop off, queens! Pop off, queens! Hi, this is Amanda O'Connell, your host of Talent Pop Podcast, and it's episode 11. I am here with Palmer Francis.
Hi.
She's one of our directors here at Recruiter Boom, and also has been doing a ton in the New York City office, just growing it and, making this such an amazing, profitable, incredible piece of our business as a whole. And I know we're going to talk about some really cool stuff, including some of the training she's been doing, learning and development. It's something that she's passionate about and really good at because we've seen her in action here. Just really leading the team and, making sure everyone is all set with everything they need in terms of, materials and just overall training. Your process is really impressive. So thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, of course.
Can't wait to dive in and kind of hear your tips on, training and what you've been doing since you got here to New York.
Joining the New York office since I came in January has been so much fun and great to develop the office because it just really started here in January with just me and Sydney. So, growing the team was definitely like an undertaking and pretty intimidating, but I was super excited to get started because Sydney has just like such a great perspective, and then we definitely recruit in different ways, so us together is just a powerhouse. So, kind of getting started with like training and development, I always wanted to lead with just such like positivity. And coming from a background in psychology, I've always found that like a sense of belonging is so important for people. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to make sure when we hired the right people, we wanted to make sure everyone felt included and inclusive in that environment. And I think we've done that really well at Recruiter Boom, but I wanted that to be the forefront of honestly my training. I wanted to make sure before I got in kind of to the nitty-gritty of recruiting and full cycle and sourcing and interviewing, I wanted to make sure I had a good relationship with each and every single one employee.
That's so important.
So they trusted me.
Yes.
And they felt that they could come to me whenever they had an issue or wanted to raise their hand for a question, because a lot of the times companies go into training and they just have kind of a handbook that they're given and, it's X, Y, and Z of your way to succeed. But the thing is every single person is so different, and we're starting to recognize that in, 2022 a lot. And I think it's just really important to make sure we know each and every single employee and how they're going to succeed the best. So, and not every single employee works the same way. So I think it's really important to make sure that I'm developing these relationships and also getting to know them on a personal level before diving into, like I said, all of the X, Y's, and Z's of recruiting. So that's kind of what I start with, honestly, within that first week, is just really getting to know them and have them shadow our day-to-day here at Recruiter Boom, and just have them watch me on the phone with clients, have them watch me source, have them watch Sydney source and recruit, and, make sure they're kind of getting every single style of recruitment, and also they're just seeing how we operate as a team, watching our team meetings, watching how we interact, and then they're able to ask me questions along on that path of, hey, like, I see you guys use Outlook a lot, or I see you guys are using LinkedIn Recruiter. I've never seen that filter before. It's just even those little easy questions is the things you want to start out first, just so they can get a basis of like how they're going to recruit in the long run. And then going into, kind of the weeks on end, I kind of let them dictate their own personal style. I really let everyone kind of free reign and kind of go for it, but I definitely make sure they have a direction. I put them on a path where I feel they're going to be successful the fastest, which usually putting them on a position that I know that's going to go to work, a position they understand maybe from a previous position or something, or something they're excited about that they might have shadowed last week, if they were on a job order call with me and they were like, oh, I know that client, I heard the call, I took notes, like this is something I feel like I could, conquer. So I kind of just let them go free reign and just follow up with them in the mornings after our morning meetings. I get together with them and say, hey, what's your plan today? How was yesterday? Just kind of do like a positive mindset meeting. And then also with my team recently, I've been doing a lot of affirmations, so manifestation with everyone.
That's
so
wonderful.
I start my morning with my team and I have them say their goal for the month 3 times.
Yes.
So if it's getting their first placement, I say
saying
like,
it out loud.
and saying it out loud. And I said, I will get my first placement.
Yes.
I will get my first placement. And honestly, the success I've seen from just saying that every single morning, A, motivates them more towards their goal, and B, it usually happens.
Yeah.
Because they're saying it out loud to themselves and they're affirming that they're going to do it.
Yep.
It's I will, I'm going to.
Yeah.
Not like I can or,
Yeah.
nothing in that sense. It's I'm going to do this. And I think it's important, especially when someone's just joining our organization, that they feel, that positive kind of reinforcement
Definitely.
from directors. And then also like from coworkers as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So having my team kind of say those, see older kind of employees also doing it. I'm doing it on a daily basis too. So they're seeing that
So
proven
not
concept.
just saying, that you're doing it with them
Yeah.
and reinforcing, and I think also helps them build their confidence, like giving
Totally.
those, in those little wins too, giving them, an account or a candidate or whatever it may be, something that that they can handle.
Yeah.
Not something like really overwhelming.
Yeah,
Or,
because sometimes you go into it and, if you have absolutely no structure, which is something I'm against, because if you have no structure, then you're almost like, where do I even start?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So having them just have at least the path.
Yep.
And then them having and creating their own style, then that's where we can have kind of them start to flourish on their own.
Definitely.
So, as that progresses over time, I just do check-ins every single day that are more like, not like a meeting or anything, just like,
Yeah.
hey, like, how's it going? Like, how are you doing? Like, do
Yes.
you need anything? And, obviously since we're still so small, we all kind of, work very closely together.
Yep.
So luckily I'm able to kind of just be that ear for them right there,
Yeah.
which I'm really, really lucky about. But I think it's great also that, even though I am more in like a director type of position, I still am fully producing.
Yes.
I'm fully producing.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, I'm fully producing. And it's nice for them to see someone that maybe is, saying, do this, do that, but having me be a proven concept.
Yes.
Rather than
Leading
just
by example.
having, usually in companies where directors are just saying, do this, do that, and going and sitting in their office.
Yes.
And then evaluating them every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Which is just less humane.
Yeah,
You
you're
want
living like in the trenches.
yeah,
and
living in the
doing-
trenches, and they're working on
Yeah.
my roles, so they're able to, kind of
Yeah.
be in the
I
trenches
think it's
with
more
me.
fun too.
Yeah,
that way.
It's so much fun, and also builds rapport with both of
Totally.
my coworkers.
And you talk about trust. I mean, that is
Yeah.
huge in
Yeah.
building trust.
And then also it just helps them kind of like fine tune when I'm like, hey, this candidate is great, but maybe not great for my role. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I can be like, but you do see that there's a lot of other clients we have that are working with Megan or Sydney or Ileana, and they might be great for them, So
Yes.
it's kind of like a great way to just build their network, but also still trying to fine tune their way at the same time.
Right.
So it's like not a bad thing that they might not be a fit for my role, but a great thing because they're building their network and forming relationships and building that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's amazing. Well, obviously, it's proving, to go extremely well.
Yeah.
And one of your team members just, I think, closed a deal. Was it this morning?
Yeah, it was this morning. Yeah, it was his first deal. Marcos, shout out.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Yes.
he just closed his first deal with Megan. So
Yeah.
for a work human role. So that was really exciting. And we're definitely going to celebrate that one for sure.
Yes.
But yeah, no, it's been really great just to see that success because I find like, I love working and producing and having my own success obviously, but my like warmth and what I like get really proud of is when I'm able to see someone that I've trained and put
Yes.
a lot of time in and honestly that are like my friends and like, see them succeed and
Yes.
be so excited and happy because I know how much they want it. It's the best feeling in the world. It makes it all like worth it and it's
Super
it's
fulfilling.
just so fulfilling and gratifying. I've really found that I love training and developing so much just because, you know, I want everyone to feel that feeling when you get an offer. And,
Yes.
And I want everyone to feel comfortable, like, in that leadership.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's amazing. Yeah, well, there definitely brings its challenges too. Is there, I guess, any challenges you feel like, I was sort of thinking about it's nerve-wracking to hire, right? Because you really love, these people, right? And you really want them to succeed.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's where the importance of like the training development and your process, is obviously working well. Would love to keep that going.
Yep.
And really interesting too, as obviously we started out in New Hampshire, moved to Boston, wanted to get that really strong, and then you moved on over to New York and now building that here. It's just amazing to see that. Like feeling that confidence of wow, like this is being duplicated.
Yeah.
And that each place is a little bit different, has a little, every city we go to is gonna have a different vibe.
Yep.
A little bit, but has those extremely important like core values and foundation.
Yep.
So thank you so much for helping us build that.
Yeah.
It's like you're such a crucial part of it, and just really, really cool to see this happen.
Yeah. No, it's been amazing to be like a part of this company and kind of be a part of right before we started really growing.
Yeah.
It was just right before we kind of just really, really were starting to do well, and the market was where we needed to be, and now I'm just excited to like see the growth of new offices, and hopefully I can help grow those offices as well.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Well, this is awesome. Thank you so much for all of your wisdom. Do you have any other, pieces of advice or?
I think the only thing I would say is just to, business leaders trying to train and develop their people, just remember that, we have that one reason to live is the sense of belonging, and just to create an inclusive environment and really invest in your people. Like, make sure they feel good every single day. Make sure that you're impressing on them a positive vibe. And I think that's the biggest thing for me, because that's what a lot of companies miss on, is just those personal relationships with their employees.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, well, these are great pieces of advice.
Yeah.
We're grateful for you.
Yes.
And thank you so much.
Yeah, of course, Amanda. I'm so happy to be here.
Pop Off Queens.
Yeah, Pop Off Queens.